Hello, good evening everyone. Thank you for attending the class and keeping up your practice. We'll start our gentle yoga session today by connecting first within ourselves. So go ahead and practice Anjali Mudra, which is holding your hands in prayer position. Let the back of your thumb touch the sternum and gently turn your attention to your breathing. Follow the breath all the way in, all the way out. Notice the effect that it causes. There's such coolness in the breath, and we don't observe this throughout the day. At least this is the first time I'm observing today. So that's what makes it very attaching. And slowly come out of it. And you should practice such a connection or connecting for as long a time as you enjoy. But let's snap out of it and gently start to warm up. We'll practice some gentle asanas. If you're new to the class, just do what you can. Make sure at no point you're in any discomfort. Go ahead and rotate your hands at the wrists. Excuse me. And in the other direction. So all these, you got to do it very purposefully, very deliberately. Now let's go ahead and stretch our arms in and out a few times. As you inhale out, as you exhale in. Notice the engagement of the muscles. All the muscles that come into play, and that's the whole idea, is to be aware of what is happening totally. Right? So we turn our attention inward, don't get distracted, and see what's happening inside. Let's go ahead and work our neck. Look over your left shoulder and your right shoulder. A few times, loosening up the chest. Come back to neutral. Rotate your head. So you're drawing a circle with the tip of your nose, or thinking of a pencil tip between your eyebrows. Okay, so the idea is to work the periphery of the neck. Something we don't do often. And one day, when you're watching TV, suddenly there is a moment and then we feel that sharp pain. So that's why we got to keep those muscles engaged. Let's just, for the last time, go ahead and flex the neck up and down. Inhale up, exhale down. As a general rule, you are going to inhale when you open up and exhale as you close in. That is true with, I would say, most of the asanas. Okay, now let's come back to neutral. Let's get that stretch going. Let's get into mountain. So hold your hands together up, point the index fingers into the ceiling, interlocking the other fingers. Gently lock your arms at the elbows. And then as you inhale, feel the energy rising within. Now if you don't feel that, you can visualize it. Just sort of connecting to what is the inside with your breath. We also try to lengthen the spine as we inhale, purposefully creating space between the vertebrae. So what this does is to infuse energy along the spine, into the spine. Slowly releasing. So as I practice the mountain, my whole being is as light as possible. I'm not trying to hold any tension. I focus my attention to the area where there could be tension. For example, the kneecaps or the legs. You don't want to grip the legs. You got to let it go so that the energy can flow. Alright. So now let's go ahead and get into hero. So you want to stand with your feet about 3 or 4 feet apart. Point your left foot to the side, right inside, about 60 degrees. The back of your front foot is aligned with the arch of the back foot. Your chest broad and open facing the front. You want to raise your arms, get them parallel to the mat, and look over the left shoulder. So your eyesight or the drishti should be on the fingertips, as though you are mildly gripping onto it. You release tension within the body, letting the energy flow. So as you breathe, feel the lightness spreading across the body. Take some nice deep breaths. So we try to hold each posture for about 8 good breaths. You can always hold it longer. Now we want to reach down on the left side into triangle. So try to keep the hips facing the front, okay? I know that is hard probably, so if you have to tilt the hips, you can. But ultimately your goal is not to tilt the hips. If you can't reach all the way down, you can modify the posture. You can bend the leg at the knee and place the elbow on the thigh. But you want to get a good stretch along your arms and the sides. Okay, so I'm going to go into the triangle. So you've got to make sure your mat is on a good surface which doesn't slip. Otherwise you got to be careful. So let's hold the triangle. If you can, look up at the ceiling. Hold and breathe. And come back up. Shake your legs. So you got to feel a good stretch on the side. So let's go ahead and try the hero on the other side as well. So back into your stance. Point your right foot to the side, left inside. And then arms parallel to the mat. Pay particular attention to the arm at the back. It tends to droop down. See, you want to hold it up. Look over the right shoulder. Check with your breathing. You should be breathing well, meaning you want to engage most of your lungs and the diaphragm. That's complete breathing. Now let's reach down again into triangle. You can either try the variation or the full triangle. And release. Just hold the posture for as long as you can. If it is just 2 breaths, that's fine. That's how you start. And you slowly get used to it, and you'll be able to hold it longer. Now let's practice a balancing posture, the tree vrikshasana. You want to stand on your right and fold the left into the right. Now if you find this hard, you can just place the heel on the ankle, okay? Or you can even hold a chair for balancing. So let me get a chair here. Or you can hold a wall. So there are many ways of doing this. You can even just bend the leg up front and hold it. The whole idea is to balance on one leg, and that will help build strength in the leg. See what works for you. And release. Okay, so shake the leg on which you're standing. Now let's try the vrikshasana on the other side. So I'm going to stand on my left and fold the right into the left. Your hands can be in prayer position if you are able to, or you can even bring the hands above the head. This is classic vrikshasana. Keep your eyesight on the ground. Try to relax the leg on which you're standing. And release. Okay, shake your leg. Now let's use a chair and try the other variation, which is the hero variation. So you're going to get your body into a T. You're going to stand on one leg and get the rest of your body horizontal. Okay, that's why a chair or a wall will help. If you can do it without it, that's great. If not, don't hesitate to use a chair. Okay. Again, what are we trying to do here is to build strength in the leg on which we are standing. It's more about that than balancing which is the secondary part, of course. Release, come back up to standing, shake the leg. Now let's try the same hero posture on the other leg. So I'm going to stand on my left. So keep the chair just within your arm's reach. Try not to lean onto it, just use it as a prop. And release. Okay, good. So that's your hero. Let's continue using the chair. A bit of chair yoga today. So you're going to sit with the side of the chair on your right or left, it doesn't matter, and you're going to try the twist. So you can grab hold of the sides and turn yourself. Try to keep the back up and straight. Now as you hold the twist, breathe well. So you should engage the length of your spine. And release. Okay, let's try the twist on the other side. And we're going to try the twist later on as we sit down as well, but I'm giving you, some hint. If you are unable to sit on the floor, this is what you can do. So let's go ahead and try the twist now on the left side. Again, as you breathe, engage the length of your spine. You've got to feel the movement as low on the spine as possible, all the way up to at least the center of your chest. Alright, now let's come back to neutral. So that's a little bit of chair yoga. So I'm going to keep this away. And we'll continue with some sun salutations. So I'm going to face west here. Bring your hands in prayer position. So there are variations of the sun salutation. We're going to try the half sun salutation. So you start in prayer position and then inhale into back bend, raising your arms up, looking back, hinging at the hips, bending forward into standing forward bend. Then you got to get your trunk parallel to the mat. As you place the hands on the thighs, you want to hold and breathe here a few times. And the idea here is you give it time to lengthen your back, to flatten your lower back as much as possible. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, back bend. And back to prayer position. One more time. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, trunk up parallel to the mat. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, back bend. Back to prayer position. So that's the easiest of sun salutations. We'll practice intermediate sun salutation in another class. This gets the circulation going. Now let's get down to the mat, and we are going to stand on the knees. Okay, if you find it hard on the knees, you can try most of these postures as you stand as well. So first try the camel, half camel, hands on your hips, looking back and up, pushing the hips out to the front. Engaging your lungs as much as possible to breathe. So your breathing should never be shallow, right? That's the whole idea. At the same time, it shouldn't be strained, okay? You don't have to strain yourself to take a deep breath. See how much more you can breathe comfortably. Come back to vertical. Now you want to sit on the heels in the diamond posture, Vajrasana. Give it some time for yourself to settle down. Now you want to keep your knees slightly apart. That will help with your breathing. Now stretch your arms on the mat as you lengthen your back. Try to place the forehead on the mat. If you can, hold and breathe. This is great for your back. Come back up to vertical. All right. Let's try the pigeon. So go ahead and sit with your right leg folded, and you want to stretch your left leg to the back. You try to keep the thigh facing the mat. If you can't, it's okay to let it face the side. So before you settle down, rock on your leg, and finally settle down. Use the hands in the front to prop up your back. So you should get a good stretch in the front of the thigh. So your focus is going to be there as you inhale. Feel that energy reaching all the way down, energizing. Let go as you exhale. Okay, that was a good stretch. Now we're going to reverse side or change sides, sitting on the left and the right leg to the back. And now slowly, let's bring both the legs to the front. Let's get into easy posture. Sukhasana. It's a good meditative posture, giving you a good amount of stability. Again, if you find it hard to sit on the mat, you can sit on a chair. Or an elevated surface. Take your hands to the back, hold the right wrist. As you gently pull it down, you want to reach down towards the left knee. So you want to first lengthen your back as much as you can, then let go of your trunk with each exhalation. Nice deep breaths. Come back up to neutral. Switching hands at the back, you want to hold the left wrist as you pull it down gently. And the idea is when you pull it down, it opens the top of your lungs on the side, right? So your breathing is more effective, at least in that region. Now let's go ahead and bend towards the right knee. Keeping the back as lengthened as possible. Trunk down, head down as you exhale. And come back up. Now bring both your hands to the front. Walk the fingers away. Lengthening your back, head down. Hold and breathe as you exhale. So stretching as you exhale and then hold and breathe. And come back up to neutral. So your mind starts to, take a detour. As you're practicing, it'll start going back to its bad habit of thinking or overthinking. So that's why we got to focus on our breathing. Okay, so it helps the mind stay in the present moment. Now let's bring both the feet together. Okay, and hold the toes as you pull them up. It'll help you sit up straight. Gently press the knees down into the mat. And now take some nice deep breaths. Think of this seated bound angle, Baddha Konasana, as washing your core. As you inhale, feel that good energy entering your body, falling down as though in a waterfall along your core, along your spine, cleansing, invigorating. You can hold this posture as long as you enjoy. Now let's try the forward bend as we hold the toes up. You can keep the heels slightly away, which makes it easier on your knees. Then as you exhale, let go of your trunk and head with each exhalation.
Again, nice deep breathing. Let your energy and the inhalation converge at your second chakra, which is the Swadhisthana chakra, between below the navel, about 4 finger widths below. Yeah, slowly come back up. So it's a good squeeze in your abdomen. That's a great thing that you want to feel. Good things can happen with engaging the abdomen on the inside, the intestines, and squeezing them. Keeps your intestines healthy, or at least healthier. All right, now let's go ahead and try the twist. We did the twist on the chair. Now we're going to try the twist on the in Sukhasana. Okay, so you want to keep your back up and straight. You're going to turn to your left now. So take your right hand and place on the outside of the left knee. And you want to turn to your left and back. The hand at the back close to the back, resting on the ground and propping up the back. Again, nice deep breathing. Engaging the length of the spine. And come back. See how the twist kind of loosens up the inside, and that's what we need to feel. It shouldn't be excessive, it should be gentle or mild. Now let's turn to the right and back. So left hand on the outside of the right knee and right hand at the back, propping up the back. Hold and breathe. And come back to neutral. Let's try the side bend. So go ahead and stretch your legs to the sides, right? Make sure your heels are on a soft surface. Now inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, gently reach down. Take your time towards the left knee. Again, with each exhalation, letting go of the trunk and head. The key is to give it as much time as needed, as you need. Don't rush into it. So notice all the things that happen. Your inner thigh or the back of the thigh gets tight, so you gotta see if you can relax it. Your kneecaps, if they are tight, you gotta let go of them. Calf muscles, same thing. Eventually the trunk will settle and stop where you feel still comfortable. Then turn your attention to your breathing. Taking nice deep breaths. Feel the movement in your abdomen. And come back up. Stretching your arms up, and try the same on the right side. And release. Okay. Now bring both your feet together in the front, to the front, and take your hands to the back, fingers pointing away. And we're going to try the reverse plank. So this puts some weight onto your arms. So just be, if you're doing it for the first time, be gentle. Just shift the weight onto your arms first and see if you can lift your body off the mat. Okay, that's all you need to do to start building strength in your arms. Then finally, when you can, however long it takes, you lift the hips up so that you are in an incline, a reverse plank. This is what it is. As you hold, engage the chest, complete breathing. And release. Okay. Again, we try to hold for 8 breaths. If you can hold just for a couple breaths, that's fine. Perfectly. Now let's get down to the mat, resting on the back. Bring both your feet on the mat, legs bent at the knees, and then drop each knee to its side into the lying bound angle. We did the seated bound angle earlier. Now we are doing the lying bound angle, or also called as the supine. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can use your hands to gently press the legs down. So this is a good hip opener. So bring your attention to the lower abdomen and just feel the energy as you breathe. And then slowly bring the knees together up. Stretch your right leg out on the mat and pull the left knee into your chest. So you want to wrap your hands around the knees. And apply a healthy amount of pressure on your lower abdomen. Hold and breathe. And then release that left leg out and pull the right knee into your chest. Keep both the feet pointing up to the ceiling, okay? It shouldn't be falling off to the sides. They should be active. Now release both the legs out on the mat. Now hold your left foot, left toe or the arch with your left hand and press the left knee into the side, okay? So that the shin is as vertical as you can keep. All right. The idea here is to get a good stretch on the inside of the thigh. Also a hip opener, of course. So let's hold and breathe. And only if you can, or those of you who can, you can stretch the leg out to the side. You don't have to do this. Just do what you can. And release. Let's try the same with the other leg. So hold your right toe with the right hand and press the right knee to the side. And then again, see if you want to stretch. If you can, you can. And release, okay? Lastly, let's bring both the feet on the mat. Bend your legs at the knees and stretch your arms on the mat, okay? Palms down. As you inhale, press the feet into the mat, lifting the hips up, working your spine up to the neck. Keep your legs as parallel as you can. Hold and breathe. Engage the top of your lungs as you breathe. And release. Now pull both the knees into your chest, lifting the head up and rock on the small of your back. Finally, come back up to Sukhasana. You want to let the energy settle down. Place the back of your wrists on your knees. Elbows should be hanging loose and down. Follow the breath along your core as you breathe. Practice Khechari Mudra, which is you want to roll the tongue back in the mouth as you press the tip of the tongue into the soft palate. Keep it so and continue to breathe through your nostrils. You can also rest your attention between the eyebrows and just feel that space as you hold the Khechari Mudra. Releasing the tongue whenever it tires. Lastly, you want to practice Jalandhara Bandha, which is through throat lock. So you got to take a deep breath. As you hold your breath, press the chin into the base of the neck. Hold as long as you're comfortable, keeping your attention on the throat region. Feel what's happening there. Whenever you're ready to breathe, just let go and breathe. Try it one more time, the throat lock. Let the energy settle down. So that's it for today. Thank you for attending. Enjoy the rest of your evening and keep your practice up. We'll see you next time. Namaste.